All right, now if we take a closer look, you can see if I reach out with this finger, how that it just really changes everything on my hand. Or if I was up a little higher and I try to reach back, see how that changes my hand, my whole wrist goes to a different angle. So that's another thing you need to watch for. Let's take a look in the back here too, as you would be looking down. If you see this kind of reaching thing, either way, and it can be subtle, like when you're going up here, some people will, here's the place where it mostly happens. People, rather than moving their hand up to get to that A here with their little finger, they'll reach. They'll go like this, and they'll reach up. And see how that pulled this finger back and it pulled this finger front, away. So that whole thing is, changing the whole angle of how you're playing. So you want to, or coming down, people will they'll reach backwards like that, which you can see what happened with my hand. All my fingers flew up. So, keeping your hand, your fingers so that they're not reaching out. Like I said, the hardest part's going to be when you're doing either the first or last note of a three-note grouping. You're going to tend to want to reach here, and you want to reach there when you go back to the first fret. So just watch that when you're playing to make sure that you don't do that. That's the most common thing people do, and it can be very subtle, but really you just want your hand always just sliding around and nothing reaching either way. So now let's look at the fingertips of the left hand and how you want to use those. You want to keep your hands nice and curved, and what you want to stop yourself from doing is reaching, because here's a common thing that happens. If somebody's playing, they're going to reach up like this. So that's what you definitely do not want to do when you're playing. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. This is one of the harder things for students to learn, is to be able to not reach when they're playing. So you really have to, and it's easy to miss, as you'll see in the next close-up. So just really watch that you're not reaching with your hands either way as you're playing up and down the strings. Now let's take a closer look.